On a wet Sunday afternoon from Portland, Maine, we are finally set for USL League One action as Portland Hearts of Pine host FC Naples. Today's broadcast is presented by Visit Maine. With the former pro striker Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. Standings are presented by Allagash Brewing Company. Right now, Naples, it's been a great start to this season, but playing just their second road game of the year here today. As for Portland Hearts of Pine, 3 points. They can jump all the way up to 6th spot. For Portland Hearts of Pine in 2026, yes, they've been good defensively, but offensively, that's where they've struggled.
I had the ability to speak with Bobby Murphy, and he's been really open and very honest, saying, look, we just dealt with a lot of injuries, and it's been really difficult to get any sort of rhythm. Players that are starting to get into full fitness and are starting to get into health. This is going to be the second game in a row that we're seeing the Portland Hearts of Pine side being in full strength. Obviously no Masashi Wada, but an opportunity for players to stand up and produce at a very high level.
Our player to watch is presented by Springer's Jewelers. It's one of the fan favorites, forward Ollie Wright.
Ollie Wright has the ability to go and search the game. He can beat you 1v1. He can beat you through combination play. And he's the type of player that when he does get on the ball, he brings you to the edge of your seat, especially in that final third. Decision making is going to be the next step in the progression for Ollie Wright. But look for him to put pressure on FC Naples.
For FC Naples, defense has been their calling card this season. 2 straight clean sheets in the league.
For Matt Poland, it's all about hard work. All 10 outfield players get behind the ball. They're very compact. They work extremely hard, and that is the foundation to go and attack the side. They've done a really good job at staying committed and making their lines really tight in between, not allowing opposition to play through them.
The goalkeeper for FC Naples, Lalo Delgado, he had his hands full in the midweek and Open Cup. We'll see what he has today.
Lalo Delgado, he's big. He's a really good goalkeeper. The ability to command his 6-yard box and communicate with the 2 center backs in front of him. Here in a hostile environment, he needs to make a couple big-time saves to keep FC Naples stay in this match.
These fans had to wait just a little bit longer for first kick because of the weather delay, but they are still in full voice and ready to go, singing in the rain. We'll have lineups and first kick from Fitzpatrick Stadium after this.
We move differently here, not in a rush, but in rhythm. We rise with the tide, cook with our hands, and speak when it matters. We pass on what's felt more than said. We laugh by firelight and stop to notice what others once saw. Every moment here means more because nothing is taken for granted. This is Maine, rooted in time, forged by nature.
You might think it's easier to start tomorrow, or next week, or next year. But at Maine Health, we believe your best self starts today. Our local programs and care teams are here to educate and motivate healthy choices and habits, while nationally renowned specialists provide you with leading-edge treatments and personalized care options. We're always on your team, in your corner, and by your side. That's health and care in harmony.
Every save I make matters to my team. Now, those saves matter in a bigger way.
For every save made by a Hearts of Pine goalkeeper, Kennebec Savings Bank donates $100 to youth soccer programs right here in Maine. It's a promise to invest in confidence, leadership, and access for the next generation of players. At Kennebec Savings Bank, we believe in the power of community and the impact of every single save.
Most homeowners have it somewhere in their house. It's that one bad window. It's drafty, or maybe it sticks or leaks. You'd love to replace it, but think, no company is coming out for just one lousy window. And truthfully, most companies won't. But we're Renewal by Andersen, and we'll replace just one window. Call Renewal by Andersen today for a free window and door diagnosis. 207-804-4500.
Today's broadcast is presented by Hannaford. Teams making their way out onto the fields. Our broadcast presented by Visit Maine on this Sunday afternoon. Portland Hearts of Pine and FC Naples. Starting lineups are presented by NBT Bank for head coach Bobby Murphy and Portland Hearts of Pine, a 4-2-3-1 today.
Barbosa and Punandron at the base of that midfield is going to be really interesting. Barbosa gives this Portland Hearts of Pine side a little bit of light bite, allowing Punandron to be more box-to-box. Kamara, he's going to make runs off of Titus Washington. JT Kamara on the right-hand side, left-footer, so he might come century. That front floor, they're going to be explosive, and they're going to be extremely vertical, putting pressure on Naples' back line.
For FC Naples and head coach Matt Poland, it is 5 changes from that midweek loss against Orlando City.
So when you play on the road in a hostile environment, you need to settle into this game. Osodio and Macias, the 2 players that are going to sit centrally, look for them, especially in the first 10 to 15 minutes, to connect the ball from left to right, instilling a foundation, instilling a confidence, allowing FC Naples to grow into this game. Then they can go out and attack it.
The series history, Portland leading this series so far in the 3 games. It was a 0-0 draw on opening day of last season USL League One. It was both Naples and Portland's first ever game. And then the 2 games here in Portland, 1-goal wins for Portland Hearts of Pine. There is the whistle, and we are underway on this rainy Sunday afternoon, but the Zoo in full voice at Fitzpatrick Stadium. FC Naples coming on the road for just their 2nd road game of the season. Their only other road game was a 1-0 win. Another clean sheet for Naples against Richmond back in mid-March. But the Open Cup has been a big point in this season for FC Naples, and a tough way to exit the Open Cup on Wednesday against MLS side Orlando City. Naples gave them all they could handle at home. There was plenty of controversy with the goal that probably should have been given that was not. And yet Naples bow out of that competition, and now they can turn their full attention to USL League One, where they have been very good. Just 1 loss through 6 matches in this early portion of the season. But Matt Poland said it was heartbreak on Wednesday, and it's tough to turn the page, especially when you put in so much physical and emotional energy towards that.
Disappointing for sure for FC Naples to go like for like with an MLS side, and in a lot of the categories actually be better than them. But there's 2 ways that you can take that result that doesn't go your way. You can use it as motivation, you can use it as confidence, saying we can, whoever we play against, we can go head up against them. So for Matt Poland, motivation is going to be really important here.
Matt Poland hired in July of 2024, his 2nd season as head coach of this FC Naples team, as they made their debut in League One a season ago. Naples trying to come into the attack early on, this all the way to the end line. Just able to keep that ball in play, and Portland will get this upfield. Not of the long, looking for Kamara, and Kamara can look to spring into the attack. Kamara slowing things down and connecting with Ollie Wright. Not on the same page. Taken back in the middle, Cerro. Yeah, Naples right back into the attack. Naples last time out in the league, a 2-0 win against Sarasota. It was Chris Garcia who scored a brace in that game, although Garcia not on the bench today, getting the full day off after playing that game on Wednesday. Cross hooked into the area, another header away. This time Kamali Green there in the middle, and the follow-up shot is well out of play. Portland Hearts of Pine, it's been a bit of a mixed bag so far in this early portion of the season. 4 games played, a win, a loss, and 2 draws. You still put them right in the middle of the USL League One table at this point. Last time out, a 0-0 draw against Knoxville. And Ricky, you were on the call last week. The Masashi Wada injury, that was absolute heartbreak for Portland Hearts of Pine. And this is a team that was excited to get back home, and that was unfortunately a bit of a sour moment there.
And again, for Bobby Murphy, you look at like a player like Masashi Wadi, what he means to the performance on the field, but in the community as well. It's an opportunity to galvanize the troops and say this season's going to be for him, because he's such a vital part of what they wanted to do. When we asked Bobby Murphy, what does it look like? Who's a replacement for Masashi Wadi? He said, look, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's been a little bit different to see Kamara playing underneath Titus Washington, because Kamara is more of a lone striker but starting to figure things out is over the next couple weeks is going to be important for Bobby Murphy to see who can play in that number 10 role.
It's a Boubacar Kamara who has come into the starting lineup this week on that front line, a partner with JT Kamara, Ollie Wright, Titus Washington. It'll be sort of a wait-and-see sort of situation. Wada was the first goal scorer here at Fitzpatrick Stadium against One Knox a season ago, and unfortunately his season comes to a close, but successful surgery as it was announced this week by the club and Masashi Wada on Instagram. Well, good to see as he begins his road to recovery. Bobby Murphy saying about that game against Knoxville, looked more like themselves, said it was marked improvement in terms of intensity, and maybe just coming back home had a little bit to do with that. This is over the head. Luca Mastrantonio. Keys to the game are presented by Pape Chevrolet. What do you got?
For Portland, you need to get in behind this back line for FC Naples, understanding Matt Polone and company, they're really compact defensively. So if you can turn their two center backs, that will set you up for success. And for FC Naples, Portland's going to get at you. They want to make you uncomfortable, so expect Naples to play a little bit more direct into their front line and trying to win second duels to break through their initial line of pressure.
Turn this infield. Portland Hearts of Pine able to keep some possession. Here's Josh Drack, new signing this week for Portland Hearts of Pine, wearing the number 99, very experienced USL Championship player. Here's Ollie Wright coming into the attack, looking for Titus Washington, cutting it in, Washington. It's saved by Lalo Delgado. May have been a slight deflection on that shot.
Fantastic recognition from Ollie Wright, just to anticipate and the first to react. As he continues to drive at this back line for FC Naples, that pass is on. But if you're Titus Washington, you need to hit this first time. You do not have the luxury to cut back into your right foot and try to find that far post. Doesn't hit it cleanly, easy save for Delgado. But again, transitional moments shown to be really important for Portland Hearts of Pine.
I've already seen a couple of those moments in the early 6 minutes for the Hearts here at home. Naples looking for the long switch of play. Cerro brings this down, now looking across. And away by Green, chested down and cleared away. Washington. Portland looking to go in transition again. This over the top, checks up on the turf. And nodded back. It was Juan Osorio tracking back for Naples that time.
And Matt Polone and company needs to be a little bit more disciplined.
Poonanjaran, advantage being played. Poonanjaran goes low with the shot. Second ball trying to pick it up. Poonanjaran moves it out wide. Washington's calling for it in the middle. JT Kamara trying to weave through, getting end line, trying to cut this back. It eventually goes out of play, and it's a corner kick coming for Portland.
And this is where JT Kamara is at his best, the ability to operate in tight areas with the ball at his feet, almost like it's glued to him. But in the end, good defending, 1v1 from Rose, knows how he goes down that trailing leg, not allowing JT Kamara to keep the opportunity going.
County Federal Credit Union corner kick towards the near post, comes out for Drack! Josh Drack, welcome to Portland, Maine! A goal in his club debut, 1-0.
Top of your 18-yard box as this ball comes out. I love what Josh Drack has been able to do. Keeps his body over the ball, and notice how he strikes directly through it. Does not need a first touch, not allowing Delgado to get set. There is traffic in front of him. But it actually does seem like Titus Washington is offside in front of Lalo Delgado. And this goal seems to be disallowed here.
Wow, a big decision from our referee, Gerald Flores. It appeared that that was a good goal, at least initially, and we'll take another look at this.
Look at number 9 right in front of Lalo Delgado. As this back line for Naples, he's offside. And that is exactly what Lalo Delgado quickly points out to Gerald Flores. good step from FC Naples. That is something that if you are Matt Pullen, you're going to be extremely proud of. Everyone stepping in unison, catching Kamara offside.
No goal, and this has been a very good Naples defense. We said in the Open, 2 straight clean sheets. They have 4 overall. You add in, even in the Open Cup, a couple of more against a couple of lower division clubs. This is cut back for Ollie Wright. Square ball is intercepted. And even if you're Bobby Murphy, you have to like the attacking intensity early on without Masashi Wada, as they're trying to figure that out without him for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Portland's having a lot of success playing direct, playing into that front line extremely quickly. So if you are Matt Pullen, again, settling into this game, slowing the game down and taking this sting out of what Portland has been able to do early on. Your 2 outside backs are really aggressive. Cisneros and Glasser need to stay a little bit more at home to solidify your shape.
Washington went down just behind Mastrantonio. Different partner for Mastrantonio. Matt Pullen was very complimentary of the first-year pro Josh Yoder, but he starts on the bench today. Different look at center back for FC Naples today. It's just out of the path of Max Glasser. Throw and will go Portland's direction, 10 minutes in. Josh Drack nearly had the perfect start to his Portland Hearts of Pine tenure, but could not find that goal. He was with Westchester a season ago in USL League One. Before that with LA Galaxy set up Los Dos, and with Huntsville and Charleston as well. A very experienced, attack-minded outside back for Portland Hearts of Pine. Hunter Moore sees this one go all the way out of play. And Portland will start again. Injury report is presented by Maine Health. Of course, Masashi Wada is out, and as he will be for the season for Portland Hearts of Pine. It's Jaden Strumeyer that misses today due to injury for FC Naples. Taken back in the middle, Osorio. And now Glasser. Glasser lifting this forward, trying to find Miglietti. Instead, Punanjaran nods it away. Osorio picks it up again in the middle. It's Max Glasser once more. Tristan Rose getting the start at center back alongside Luca Mastrantonio today. Rose, first-year player out of Maryland, where he last played college soccer, though he started his college career at the University of Charleston, won a D2 title while in Charleston as well. A good experience on that back line at the college level alongside Mastrantonio, an experienced USL League One player. To deal with for these Naples centers backs early on in this game.
Specifically on the ball, struggling to deal with the initial line of pressure for Portland Hearts of Pine. So that is when, if you are Seto or Gray, you need to recognize that. You need to drop down and supply some sort of angle as this ball goes to that far post. The Snail's really clever. Last second just comes between the ball and Titus Washington. Feels any sort of contact, he's always going to go down. And if you're Washington, you have to be aware, just don't engage in anything.
Big deflection out of play. That was off Osorio in the middle. Thrown will go Portland's direction. The USL on the CBS Sports Network wraps up the month of April with a Brinks Tires USL Cup Group 5 matchup. Northeastern rivals Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island FC battle it out at 7 p.m. Eastern on April 25th. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network. Another cup for these teams to try to balance in this USL League One season, as this is taken by Lalo Delgado. Biggest season of USL League One yet, now with 17 teams in the league this year. The only other game in action right now on this Sunday is Forward Madison and the Cosmos. Forward Madison was up 2-0 in that game. Cosmos came back, 2 goals within about 2 minutes to equalize. It's great to have the Cosmos back. Played through lines. Right, couldn't connect with Josh Drack.
Yeah, just notice how aggressive Portland has been. Washington, Kamara, Ollie right now comes. That's your left back, Josh Drack, within 40 yards of the attacking goal. So understanding that there's nothing wrong with being a little bit more direct, just dumping the ball in behind the high line for Portland Hearts of Pine. Because Naples is struggling to try to play through the press. Josh Drack doing a good job at just picking the pocket here, Seto.
Good industry from Josh Drack in these first few minutes. His first few minutes as a Portland Hearts of Pine player. Matt Poland knew that this Portland Hearts of Pine team would be aggressive. And we have seen that in their pressing so far. As Kamara and Wright stand over it. This will be JT Kamara to curl this in. Couldn't beat the first man. Poona Angeron chipping this one up. And this will skip off a very wet surface and out of play.
Just mentioned the wet surface, Josh, so it's going to be really important for every single one of these players to have a secure and clean first touch. That will set you up for success. And more importantly, if there is a ball that gets played negative or there is a shot on target, you need to follow up. Any rebound can be lethal.
And here comes the pressure again, and Lalo Delgado forced to go long. And Naples trying to get out and run. This long down the line, all the way into the corner. Backstein plays it back towards the top of the area. Another chance to cross. Miglietti got out of the way initially, and then finally cleared away. Looked like Taylor Gray was in the area for FC Naples. Flipped along looking for Ollie Wright, and it was Juan Osorio to step in for Naples. Closing down the space well in the middle that time was Diogo Barbosa. Bobby Murphy talked a lot about increasing the depth on this Portland Hearts of Pine team. He said last year when we went to Spokane, it was tough to compete against a team that was built like them. This year they have tried to invest a little bit more in that area, able to maybe withstand a few of the injuries that they've had early in this season. Drack goes long over the top here.
That last action for FC Naples is something that Matt Poland is going to want to see more on a consistent basis. Mastrantonio picks up his head, hits a ball over 50, 60 yards on a dime to Gray, and that is exactly how you can break the pressure or play beyond the pressure for Portland. So if you are center back Mastrantonio or Rose, you have to have the courage, the personality to look beyond and high up the field when you're on the ball.
And a foul throw. This is something you just spotted. You kind of motioned to me a moment ago with Max Glasser. I guess you get one strike. The second one, you get called for. It's a foul throw.
Yeah, it almost looked like a chest pass, the way that he threw this ball in for the second time.
It's NBA playoff season,
Or an alley-oop or
but not
something.
like that, yeah. Over the top for Titus Washington. All the way to the end line. The cross appeared like it took a deflection. And the decision is corner kick.
Seeing quality service, whether it is from Kamara on that far side. This time it's Ollie Wright. Not the initial ball, but the knockdown ball can cause some issues here for FC Naples. So need to be really quick at closing down space.
The County Credit Union corner kick played up to the back post. Knotted down, loose, failed clearance. Barbosa was closest to it. Comes out for Ollie Wright. Now Josh Drack looks to cross all the way through. Backside for Kamara. JT Kamara turning. Kamara getting end line. Delgado comes out and ends up inside netting. It's another corner kick coming for Portland, keeping their foot on the gas.
Love the patience here from Portland Hearts of Pine, not just trying to hit this ball in blindly. Eventually it falls to JT Kamara, and again, the ability to stand up his individual defender, a nightmare in 1v1 situations.
Kamara whips it in, deflected by Cisneros at the near post. Punanjaran back for Wright. Kamara for Barbosa and right back. Kamara looks to serve this one up. It's too tall and out of play. Portland has really been finding some good opportunities from corner kicks.
But it's been uncharacteristic, like for FC Naples, the inability to clear their lines on numerous of occasions. 1, 2, and as this ball comes back, notice the unselfishness for Ollie Wright. Josh Drack puts this ball in, and as it comes into JT Kamara, so good 1v1. Little swooping motion right here. And as he tries to just pop it over, oh, Delgado, good goalkeeping by the goalie to come off of his line, make himself big, and deny a ball across.
Quickly back the other way, Miglietti trying to serve this into the middle. Cerro trying to center that ball, but cleared away. You mentioned Josh Yoder not getting the start today. It's Tristan Rose making just his second start this season. Maybe just trying to work it out with Luca Mastrantonio in those center defensive areas. Long throw by Miglietti, looking for the flick, coming back post, and the header was steered back towards Barbosa, and eventually out of play. Right now a player down for Portland. That is Drack, who's slow to get back to his feet.
And a really good flick on here from Gray, just to help it on. And as this ball comes in, Antonio, Josh Drack, clash of the heads. Good to see Drack up on his own power.
Ollie Wright looking to turn it upfield. Osorio. Barbosa wins it back in the middle. Here's Washington on the turn. Looking for JT Kamara. Kamara trying to slip this ahead. Another deflection and another Portland corner kick. He nearly scored off of one a little bit ago, and now we'll have a fourth corner kick presented by the County Federal Credit Union. Kamara, more depth on this, back post, and the header is out of play. It was Breck Evans who was there to meet it.
How threatening has Portland been on set pieces from either side? This ball goes to the back post from JT Kamara. That is a good opportunity for Evans. With that angle, that tight, just put it back across into a dangerous area as he's falling, trying to sneak it into that near post. But again, really testing the goal of FC Naples.
Breck Evans was an absolute stalwart a season ago for FC Naples. Played 39 times, scored 2 goals in all competitions. Now his first game against his former club. Cerro trying to play this up over the top It's a long run for Dominic Backstein. Though a second ball picked up by Ian Cerro. Play into the corner, flag is up, and it will go back to Portland. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. There's Mo Mohammed being pestered there by Gray. The pitter-patter of the rain on our field side microphones. It's been raining for quite a bit now, about a 40-minute delay for kickoff after there were some storms that came through the area during warm-ups. Most of the players didn't even get on the field yet. Fans had to retreat to their cars. 40 minutes later, this looks like just a normal day in Portland, Maine in April. Rose there to retrieve for Naples. Boy, Naples has had some beautiful weather in Southwest Florida, and then they come up here for just their second road game of the year. It's in the 40s and it's raining. That's a wake-up call. Mohammed into the corner, deflecting. This stays alive, and Naples can continue on. The cross is too close to Hunter Morris, who keeps this ball in play. Send it long downfield. Washington is up for it. Washington keeps this play going. Sliding challenge and out of play. Throwing for Hearts of Pine.
First, it's really good recognition from Hunter Morris to go quick, understanding FC Naples was out of their shape, and even better hold-up play from Titus Washington. Good ball from Punandron here.
Drac moves it ahead, right, turns it back. Right, tried to go on the back heel, looking for Drac, and the whistle comes. The defender felt the contact, went to ground, and earned the whistle.
But again, if you are Josh Drac, this little bump is not necessary. Setter's going nowhere. He's going towards his own corner. You do not, much like Titus Washington, need to engage in any contact, because every single day of the week, Gio Flores is going to call that a foul.
Delgado to send this back upfield for Portland today. The attack has looked quite dangerous. Bobby Murphy said it really comes down to the wide guys just making those smart decisions, getting into good areas, the decisions in crucial areas. And Portland maybe a bit unlucky to not have a goal, though the decision seemed to be the correct one as it was called offside. Touch this infield. There's Naples showing some of their pressure here and winning the ball back. Washington wins it back and finds JT Kamara. Appeared to be a handball. Gerald Flores spotted it. Free kick back to Naples.
Just seems to skip off the turf awkwardly for JT Kamara. There's just no real connection right now for FC Naples when trying to play through the thirds. Miglietti, Backstein, always caught it on an island, really disconnected. So if you are Matt Pullen, again, you're looking at Osorio and Macias, the two players centrally, to try to break lines, get them involved, but also you need more out of a player like Gray. He's shown his ability to go 1v1, can come centrally to combine, only 10 touches through the first 29 minutes of this match. If you want to find success going forward, you need your front four to be on the same page.
Of the 5 changes, it was 2 of the 3 midfielders that started against Orlando that were replaced. Mark Torreas is on the bench, along with Kevin O'Connor, both starting in the midfield, and then you add in Chris Garcia as part of that front line. Just looks a little bit different for FC Naples today, but as to be expected with a pretty intense game midweek plus travel.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's something that players, coaches, organizations that they have to balance. Try to keep the legs fresh, try to keep the rotation involved, and try to give opportunities to players that are still fighting for their spots in the 18 or in the 11. Play against an MLS opposition midweek, you come on the road into a hostile environment where, like you said, Josh, cold, raining, not ideal for Southwest Florida boys.
Yeah. You're a Southeast Florida guy, so I'm sure you can say the same.
Yeah. Anything, I tell you this, anything under 70 is cold for me.
Wow. Gray goes over. Naples continuing in the attack, advantage being played. Didn't amount to much as Barbosa gets it back and finds Mohamed. Long down the line, Mastrantonio tracking back for Lalo Delgado, who didn't really have much of a decision, but to just put it right back into the midfield. Evans,
hold on.
One touch from Drac into the path of Ollie Wright. The cross is taken in by Lalo Delgado, and that looked like a nice passage of play for Hearts of Pine.
Love the decision from Josh Drac just to hit this first time, and notice one Ollie Wright runs in behind. He actually pulls out Mastrantonio, so now there's an overload in favor of Portland Hearts of Pine. If you are Kamara, you need to slash across Lalo Delgado, because if you do, it's 1-0 in favor of the Hearts.
Different look at outside back today. Jaden Jones-Riley got the start last week. Now the new signing, Josh Drac, coming into the starting lineup and has looked very positive so far. Mohamed. There's too much there from Taylor Gray. Free kick going Portland's direction. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Drac, who took a tumble in the middle. Now Green trying to play over the top. Just overcooks it all the way through for Lalo Delgado. Naples in this early portion of the season, 8 of their first 9 games in all competitions at home. An only road match against Richmond, a 1-0 win it was. That was back in March. As Drac just had that slip out of his hands. What's the decision going to be from Gerald Flores here? I think he's going to say it's a wet day, it's slippery, and I think he's going to let him do it again. It's just refereeing the moment. Maybe by the book, that's a foul throw, but it's wet, it's rainy. Respect that decision. About Naples, they start with 8 of their first 9 games at home in all comps. Now 3 of their next 4 being away from home. Just a little bit different for Naples when you have to go away from home. And Matt Pullen talked about we have to bring our game on the road and try to implement what we want to do away from home. It's never as easy as it sounds. Until you get into this sort of environment, it's pouring down rain, it's a slippery surface.
So you have to take your chances, and that opportunity right there from Cisneros was an opportunity to push the tempo. We talked about how good Portland Hearts of Pine are in the press, so if you have the ability to break through that front 4, you leave their back 4 exposed. That is when you need to play quick, that's when you need to play direct, that's when you need to try to penetrate through the lines. When you put your foot on the ball, you play negative, and you allow the home side to get back behind the ball and make life difficult.
Mastrantonio trying to spray this out wide, well off the mark. Naples just looking for some connection between that back line and front. It just hasn't quite been there through the middle so far. These fans enjoying themselves in the rain. Seems like each and every year in USL League One, the atmospheres get better and better. Remember in year number 1, when Ford Madison and the Flock, that was kind of the big talking point. Now as more and more teams have come into the league, we've seen obviously the fans here at Portland Hearts of Pine. The home game the other night against Orlando for FC Naples was about as raucous as it gets. Look at all these people in their ponchos, their raincoats. They're ready to go.
Tells you about the growth in USL League One, not only on the field, but off the field. Fans, teams, players or understand you can dip into the community if you can start to relate to every single one of the people in their respective cities. They're going to show out for you. They're going to be that 12th player. FC Naples, great first time ball here.
Here's Ollie Wright. Ollie Wright for Portland, chips the keeper. Ollie Wright is on the mark. Wright breaks through for Portland, and Hearts of Pine lead it home.
This left-hand side for Portland has started to cause some issues and starting to form a really good relationship. As this ball goes wide, notice Ollie Wright, the recognition of space right there. Knowing Josh Strack is going to push this ball first time, and this is where Ollie Wright is Ollie Wright. Understands that long of a touch is going to bring in Lalo Delgado and a little bit of class, a little bit of audacity, and a little bit of skill from the star boy for Portland Hearts of Pine to give them the lead here at Fitzpatrick Stadium.
Ollie Wright, such a fan favorite here in Portland, Maine. Talked to Bobby Murphy about him the other day. He said it's not every day a USL League One player goes to a hockey game, gets shown on the big screen, and gets a standing ovation. But that's the type of player that Ollie Wright is. And connecting very well in this early portion of the match with Josh Strack to get Portland on the board. That Portland goal is presented by Oakhurst Dairy as this ball ends up out of play. It's been all Portland in this first half. That goal felt like it was coming. They thought they got one earlier, but this one for sure counts.
But just the recognition of space, number 1 from Ollie Wright to quickly attack and running behind. But then the importance of Josh Strack not having the ability to take a first touch, just hitting it and punching into that hole. Takes out that whole back line of FC Naples and deservingly take the lead here at home in front of their home faithful. Portland does.
Ollie Wright, he has been waiting for that one. His first goal of the season. Does have an assist in USL League One. That one is goal number 1 here in 2026. He had 13 of them last year to go along with 9 assists in all competitions. The attack really goes through the number 10. Mastrantonio, and out of play. Naples just struggling to get on the ball and keep possession. As Portland will come into the attack again. Happy to just keep the ball this time. That goal conceded is the first goal conceded by Naples in the month of April. in USL League One. 2 straight clean sheets against Greenville and then Sarasota Paradise. The last goal they conceded in the league was in the 1-0 loss at home against Ford Madison back on March 28th. A whistle here, Barbosa going right through the back. It appeared of Miglietti. It was sort of after that ball went out of play, and Barbosa, I think just his momentum took him through the player.
A lot of contact there. Through the back of Miglietti. It is a foul. Barbosa is an interesting piece for Portland Hearts of Pine. Obviously, there is a lot of depth in that particular role for Bobby Murphy. Mikey Lopez, Kidd could play there as well. Wada, when he was healthy, was able to drop a little bit deeper. You know, Punandaron, the list goes on and on. But Barbosa gives him a little bit something different, more legs, more bite, ability to cover ground. He's big, he's physical, allowing his player that he's playing in there with to be a little bit more aggressive at stepping higher up the field.
Right. A decisive ball to take out that back line. Washington puts it in the middle. Boubacar Kamara couldn't put it towards goal. Right. Tries to move it out wide quickly for Drac and off the mark. See the confidence that Ollie Wright is playing with now since scoring that goal.
Such a good ball here from Ollie Wright. No look, trying to play it into Titus Washington. And Titus Washington does a good job to get facing his defender. That is a good ball across. In the end, Rose doing just enough to deny Kamara what could have been the second.
Washington nods it forward.
Yeah, just a lot of defending for FC Naples through the first 41 minutes here. Again, with the amount of talent on the roster for Matt Poland, it's going to be an interesting halftime talk, and it starts with getting possession, taking the game away from Portland. And again, Macias is sort of need to do a better job at understanding the situations and trying, or not trying, to force the game and just keeping it simple.
Bobby Murphy said it would sort of be a wait and see sort of thing about what the attack could look like. But I'd say it looks pretty solid through 41 minutes, trying to replace what Masashi Wada brought to this team. He'll be on the sideline this season now. Right. And tries to go direct. Kamara tries to spring Titus Washington in. Washington just enough from Mastrantonio. It ends up out of play for a corner kick. You want to see that go a little quicker.
100%. As this ball comes in, Titus Washington is just too worried about Mastrantonio here. Run through it. Notice how he slows down. That gives the center back the ability to come across. As a striker, you need to be ruthless. You need to have this really test all Delgado yet again.
Miglietti for Gray. Gray goes for goal. It's wide. Just the one look there for Naples. That's just the third shot of the game, and none of them have been on target.
Struggling. Again, Naples to find any sort of solutions going forward, but this is a good sign. If Taylor Gray's running at the back line, this is when he's at his best. Right foot, left foot, can shoot from distance, can combine. Difficult to try to test Hunter Morris with the player in front of you.
Backstein trying to get something going in the attack. Barbosa had a little bit of a touch there in the middle, and that'll be a yellow card. Felt like that had been coming for Diogo Barbosa. Big test in terms of the discipline and positioning now for Barbosa.
Really clever touch from Baxton just to come across and take him out of the game.
Set piece could be a way back into it for Naples. This from near midfield. This will be Cerro to send it forward. It's a good ball in and out of play from that distance and angle. That's about as good as you can deliver a ball.
Phenomenal service from Cerro here. The amount of whip, the amount of pace, just inviting someone to get on the end of it. Just notice where this ball ends up. Corner of that 6-yard box, asking someone to get any sort of touch on it to really put pressure on Portland.
Say a touch in the opposition box for Naples. There's only been 3 of them so far. 13-3 in that category in favor of Portland. Rose was able to track that ball well. Glasser rolls it through the middle. Macias. We're into 1 minute of stoppage time presented by Springer's Jewelers. Wrestling in the middle, and the referee decides free kick. Abubakar Kamara getting taken down. Lofted forward, it's over the head of Ollie Wright and out of play. Probably be 2 pretty different halftime team talks for each of these 2 managers.
If you're Matt Poland, again, selling into this game, getting in a rhythm, getting on the ball, it's going to be a top priority, but also understanding you have to match the effort here. Seems like Portland Hearts of Pine has won every 50-50 duel. They wanted a little bit more, playing at a higher tempo. And for Bobby Murphy coming into halftime, if you can get a second early in that second half, then you really put pressure on FC Naples, because then they need to start to chase and overextend to try to find a result here.
Final seconds ticking off, past the minimum of 1 minute. Glasser. There is the whistle. First half has come and gone, and this has been more like it at home for Portland Hearts of Pine. Ollie Wright's first goal of this USL League One season has Hearts of Pine out in front at the break. Naples coming on the road for just the 2nd time this season. This is not the easiest place to play. Portland thought they had 2 goals. They'll settle for 1 at the break. From Portland, Maine, it's Portland Hearts of Pine 1, FC Naples 0. Stay tuned for halftime.
This is the boot that started it all. When you think of LL Bean, you think of the Bean boot. LL, our founder, was an avid hunter and fisherman. He wanted to develop something that could keep his feet warm and dry. Since 1912, 113 years ago, the Bean boots are still handmade right here in Maine. We have so many variations of the original Bean boot. We literally have a Bean boot for everyone, every type of style.
This spring, invest in your nest with the County Federal Credit Union. Your home has grown in value season after season. With the county's 10-10 Home Equity Line of Credit, you can borrow up to your credit limit over 10 years with interest-only payments over those 10 years, 10-10. And then you can stop and smell the roses, soak up the sun, and invest in your nest. The 10-10 Home Equity Line of Credit, the County Federal Credit Union, countyfcu.org.
Partnership means a lot of things in this business, and that's the most important thing, is being in a business relationship with someone that you trust, and that's what Mimic does. We want to make sure that everyone is getting exactly what they need, and we want it to be a long-term relationship. At Mimic, we want to lower their total cost of risk, and we want to get those employees back to work whenever we can. At Mimic, we make workers' comp work better.
Halftime is presented by Hannaford. 1-0 to Portland Hearts of Pine. These fans had to wait a little bit longer because of the delay, but ready to go for the second half. At the break, Portland leads it 1-0. Let's see what's going on around the USL.
With the field for World Cup 2026 now set, the USL can enjoy its place in the countdown to history. Never before has an active USL player taken part in a World Cup, until now. For the past 2.5 years, more than 30 players from USL Championship and League One battled through World Cup qualifying. This summer, 6 of them have a chance to hit the field for their respective countries. Miami FC teammates Eloy Rom and Jurgen Locadia made history, helping Curacao qualify for the World Cup for the first time ever. Curacao will face Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador in group play. And for the first time since 1974, Haiti will take part in the World Cup, following a very unique road through qualifying. 4 championship players, Duke Lacroix and Garvin Matusala of Colorado Springs, Delence Pierre from FC Tulsa, and Carl Sente from New Mexico United, led Haiti through qualifying without playing a home match. Now the Haitian team faces a tough group at the World Cup with matches against Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. But while World Cup qualifying owned the spotlight in late March, several USL players took part on U.S. youth national teams, also on the world stage. Colton Swan of Charleston Battery scored a goal for the U.S. under-20 team against Argentina in Argentina. Orange County SC's Tyson Espy played for the under-17 team in Paraguay. And the U.S. under-18 team played in Portugal, featuring Ramiz Hamuda from Birmingham Legion, Brandon Days of Louisville City, and Jameer Johnson from Orange County SC.
This week on USL All Access, more interviews, less of us. The Detroit midfielder Maxi Rodriguez.
Looking for that back post again. Rodriguez scores! That's the way to start it for Detroit City at home.
The El Paso manager Junior Gonzalez. And plenty of talk about the Open Cup and those unbeaten and those recently beaten in the league. You'll see it SiriusXM FC or the USL YouTube page every Tuesday night.
This one slipped through nicely for Williams! Shining once again for Hartford.
Quizera settles. Dodea Quizera!
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything. This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Hey.
Hey.
Allagash White for you. Can I get you a beer?
Yeah.
Let me give you a minute. What you thinking? Choose one.
I'll go for Allagash White, too.
Nice. That's my go-to.
Start your night with Allagash White.
It is halftime in League One. Time for the headlines around the league. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. How about that major cup set in the third round of the US Open Cup? One Knoxville played to a 3-3 draw against DC United, then grabbed the win in penalty kicks. One Knox will face Columbus Crew in the round of 16. Championship clubs Louisville City and Colorado Springs also advanced with upset victories in round 3. Another first-year club picked up its first ever victory in week 6. Tig Healy scored just 44 seconds into Fort Wayne's match against Chattanooga Red Wolves. That's all the visitors needed in a 1-0 victory. 4 of the 5 League One expansion teams now have a win this season. USL's young core players continue to shine in the spotlight. Today we look at Vigo Ortiz of Charlotte Independence. Ortiz has scored twice in Charlotte's 3 League One matches. He also scored a goal in the US Open Cup last month. Ortiz played the entire 90 minutes in Charlotte's match against the Cosmos. The USL Championship has a pair of upcoming national broadcasts. Next Saturday, it's El Clamico in the Prinks Tires USL Cup, Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island. Then on Saturday, May 2nd, Detroit City hosts Louisville City. Both matches are on CBS Sports Network. Those are your League One headlines. We're getting closer to the second half. Let's get you back out to your match.
Halftime is presented by Hannaford. 1-0 in favor of Portland Hearts of Pine. Second home match of 2026 and a goal to excite the home fans here this afternoon. The out-of-town scores are presented by Visit Maine. Scores around USL League One. How about Athletic Club Boise? Nate Miller's got the boys going in the right direction.
Talk about a hostile environment. What an environment that was. The first home win for AC Boise, and One Knox. After beating DC United in the Open Cup, they turn around and take all the points against Charlotte's Independence. And the Richmond Kickers, that's a little bit of an eyebrow raiser, taking down Union Omaha.
And Richmond has had a tough go of it so far this season, but that's a good bounce back after bowing out of the Open Cup midweek to the Columbus Crew. The upcoming schedule is presented by Maine Properties Portland. Another Northeast rival, if you will, against the Cosmos coming up. And there's also some midweek action on Wednesday.
Naples playing against that One Knoxville side. That's going to be a really interesting game. Two teams that have done a really good job in the offseason that continue to try to push and stay at the top of the table.
Remember, Knoxville knocked Naples out of the playoffs in 2025. At the break, this Portland Hearts of Pine crowd hoping to cheer their team on to 3 points. Portland leads Naples at the break. Well, the second half next.
We love it here. Here is the smell of fresh bread, good food at the table, a familiar face behind the counter, where we pick up right where we left off. Right here is where all the good happens, because here is home.
Sink your toes into soft, white sand, splash in the sparkling waters of the Gulf, and revel in the warmth of sunny blue skies. Take a moment to breathe in the salt-touched air and listen to the tide as it rises and falls along the shoreline. This is paradise in every sense, and winter here simply feels wonderful. Experience it yourself in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Oh, yeah. I'm David Libby, President and CEO of Town & Country Federal Credit Union. At Town & Country, we work hard to make a difference every day. From providing a first auto loan to that young adult just starting out, or making the dream of home ownership a reality with a mortgage offering closing costs well below nearly every other local lender, or a Visa credit card with a great rate. Town & Country Federal Credit Union is local people helping local people. Let us help you.
Today's match is presented by Allagash Brewing Company. Highlights from the first 45 minutes of action. Portland Hearts of Pine, FC Naples. It was a lot of Portland in the early going.
Understanding if you can be quick, if you can be a little bit more transitional, you will find success. Ollie Wright, a little bit slow to recognize this ball from Titus Washington, but he needs to be a little bit more aggressive at just stepping into it, just trying to cut it back in. Master Antonio doing a good job at getting in front. Oh, the dollar easy save. But set pieces were really influential for Portland as this ball comes out to Josh Strack. He thinks he has the opener, but Abubakar Kamara right in front. Manuel Delgado, he's offside. He impacts the play, shielding the vision. Look right in front of the goalkeeper. About half of a yard beyond the last FC Naples defender. Josh Strack and thousands here at Fitzpatrick cannot believe it, but yet there is a lot more to come for the home side. Again, starts from a set piece. JC Kamara, when he is 1v1, when he has the ability to stand up his defender, he is just so difficult to defend. Delgado doing a good job coming off his line. Good angle here to make himself big.
Delgado keeps that one out, but Portland wouldn't be held out for too long. Ollie Wright making it happen.
The first time ball is everything here for Josh Strack, allowing Ollie Wright just to run onto it, and this is just classy from the number 10 for Portland Hearts of Pine. Fitzpatrick loves it, Ollie Wright loves it, and you walk into halftime 1-0 up.
Halftime stats are presented by Town & Country Federal Credit Union. Not a lot of shots in this game, but Portland's made the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, 0 shots on target for FC Naples. That is something that if you are Matt Poland, you need to right those wrongs. You need more flexibility, you need more success, and a more connection going forward, understanding that if Naples is going to continue to press, there's nothing wrong with playing a little bit more direct.
Back for the second half here at Fitzpatrick Stadium with Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern, and the attendance of just over 6,000 today. It's in the 40s, it's raining. That's what this team means to this city of Portland, Maine, and they have supported them ever so well since they were announced back in September of 2023. Ollie Wright, the goal scorer, one of the fan favorites. They love him in these parts, and for good reason. There's the whistle underway for 45 more minutes from Fitzpatrick Stadium, Portland Hearts of Pine and FC Naples. A season ago when these two teams got together in the 2 matches that were played here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, both decided by just 1 goal, a 1-0 win and a 2-1 win, both for Portland. The game in Naples was a 0-0 draw. Naples trying to get on the right side of a result against Hearts of Pine for the first time ever. Portland starting in the attack, which is pretty much where they ended the first half. JT Kamara has to step around the challenge of Cisneros. Deflected into the box. The header away by Rose. And the clearance out towards midfield. Backstein. And now Macias long over the top. This one will end up out of play. Here's a couple of subs. Mark Torres and Andres Ferrin coming into this game. Just trying to get things going for FC Naples. Here they come. Moved out wide. Gray with an early ball. Straight out of play. It's been a tough go for Taylor Gray so far today.
It does seem like Naples will shift into a 4-2-3-1 formation as well. As Ferrin will play on this left-hand side, that will push Taylor Gray to the right-hand side. Torres is going to sit a little bit deeper and be that player that can really pull the strings. So Matt Poland going in with a little bit more familiar lineup, trying to conjure up something going forward and putting pressure on Portland.
Turned over. This is in a good area for Backstein, trying to roll it forward. Not on the same page as Miglietti and cleared away. Touched in field is Cerro, who has come off, along with Juan Osorio. So subs are presented by Springer's Jewelers. Cisneros, Ferrin, a second-year player with FC Naples. This comes back in field. Here's Ferrin, deflected out of play, and already more positivity coming from Naples and the sub, Andres Ferrin.
Just 3 minutes into this second half, this Naples side is showing a little bit more of confidence, comfortability, and winning a dangerous set piece here as Torres stands over it. We expect quality within his service.
Swinging ball put up back post. Breck Evans was up for it. Now a chance to run the other way. Abubakar Kamara sends this long upfield. Ollie Wright very willing to chase this down, and Lalo Delgado sends it right back the other way. Moved out wide. Another long cross coming in. Ferrin will see this one out of play. For Naples, it's been another very positive start to this season, just as it was in 2025. Last year, Naples unbeaten in their opening 9 matches in all competitions. This year, that's a tough mark to keep. They've only lost twice in all competitions this year, 6-2-1, and one of those against an MLS club in Orlando City. Matt Poland has gotten this team to start in a good way, but for Naples, with so many home games front-loaded, it's important they got off to a good start, and they have. Trying to get right back into the attack. Glasser, it's Ollie Wright coming from behind and timing that challenge absolutely perfectly. Doing it on both sides is Ollie Wright.
That is something that Bobby Murphy is going to love to see for Ollie Wright. We talk about his attacking presence, what he means to Portland, the ability to score goals, create assists. But this is where he's really grown defensively. Cover about 30 yards of ground, get that challenge extremely right. Well done there from Ollie Wright.
It's Ollie Wright again. That shot was blocked right on impact. It appears, though, the flag is up for offside.
Really close here. Ollie Wright about half of a step in beyond Glasser. Good call by the refereeing crew.
Ollie Wright, you're seeing it on both sides. I think when Bobby Murphy turns on the film this week, that'll be a good example of what to do and what to keep doing. And right now, Portland taking their time here. Referee, I'm sure, making note of that. No surprise, more accurate passes for FC Naples in this game. Portland has played pretty direct and pretty quick in this game. As Washington tries to track this down, Washington goes for the shot just too slow, and Ollie Wright sends this one into orbit. Again, Titus Washington taking some time.
As this ball pops out, it falls kindly to Washington. It's a difficult technique, yes, but this needs to be first time. Have a strike right now, run onto it. you do not have the ability to take a second touch. Just notice how quickly FC Naples closed down that space with 3 of their defenders. It's about the 3rd time that Washington has been a bit slow in terms of his decision making.
Yes, the degree of difficulty is high as the whistle comes here. That's got to be a dream. Falling on your left foot, full
100%.
volley, let it rip.
Those are the ones that when you're after training, you just pop the ball as high as you can, try to hit it first time. And if it does come off, you look like a magician.
And if you don't, you just say, yeah, that was really hard,
Exactly.
and that's okay.
Win-win situation.
Free kick for Portland. Mangeron stands over it. Mangeron continues, flips it up over the top. Chance to lift this all the way across for JT Kamara. Kamara out of play, couldn't handle it. Play into the path of Taylor Gray. On the move again is Naples, the cross. Oh, what a chance. Dominic Backstein all alone in the area and couldn't redirect it towards goal.
Fantastic ball in from Gray. And the positioning from Backstein is wonderful. Just peel off the shoulder of Green between him and Mohamed. Just mistimes it. He's going to want that one back because that is a golden opportunity to put pressure and draw this game 1-1 for Naples.
And yet, in these opening 7-8 minutes of the second half, Naples has looked like a very different team, and maybe those subs having a little bit to do with that.
The subs, the personnel, the confidence, but more importantly, Josh, a change of formation as well. When you have Macias Centurellas as a double pivot, it gives you a little bit more of security, but then you also drop in Miglielli to that number 10 position, so he connects that midfield line into that front line, so it's a lot more fluid that we've seen from Matt Poland's side.
Matt Poland, who was raving about Mark Torres, what he's done in the middle of the park, 2-time USL League Two Team of the Year player, 2-time first team all-conference player at Loyola Chicago as well. In college, high accolades for Mark Torres in the middle, and already seen the difference he has made. As we talked a little in the first half, midfield really struggled to get into this game for Naples. Drac was up for the header. It was a heavy fall, and the referee is going to stop play as Drac is holding his head. The trainers are coming onto the field here.
He's had himself a really strong showing, Josh Drac, but it's also been through it the second time. It's been head-to-head contact. This time Taylor Gray falls awkwardly as well. Hopefully he's okay. The left back for Portland.
Drac, who thought he had a goal, will just have to settle for an assist instead to Ollie Wright. Brilliant ball right through the heart of that FC Naples formation. As Bobby Murphy looks on, you can see Masashi Wada's jersey right there on the bench, playing in honor of Wada, who had a just gruesome leg injury last week. Wishing him the best in his recovery, which has already started. He had his surgery this week, and he's on the road to recovery. Here's a good look at Masashi Wada's jersey there at the number 77. He was the first one to score a goal here at Fitzpatrick Stadium for Portland Hearts of Pine last year against One Knox. So that's the trivia question. Forever and ever, however long Portland Hearts of Pine is a club, first goal at home, Masashi Wada. Just love those kits.
They don't miss, all of them.
It's very good. The Lighthouse kits as well, the red and white ones.
That's an orange one as well.
Yep.
That's a really popular one that you see in the stands a lot. These are phenomenal. They have white ones that have little blue hearts.
Yep.
I said every single time I'm on a call, who do I need to talk to to get one? It's in the background there, the orange one.
Strack is good to see him walking off the field under his own power here. It'll be a drop ball in the middle to get us back underway, and it appears Barbosa will send this back to Naples. He will. Oh, let's just send it upfield. There's Gray to get a touch on it. And Naples trying to come into the attack. Nearly a tackle there by Torres. It's a play on. I think he missed the tackle there as Portland continues on. This nodded back for Mastrantonio.
Has to be a foul. Torres literally yanks Titus Washington down.
Appeal for handball. Ball don't lie as it runs out of play.
Titus Washington doing the hard work defensively. Is it not a foul?
They do play high school football on this field and spring practice.
Wrong sport.
Yeah, I don't know. Cisneros pulled down. Starting to creep towards the hour mark. Portland trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead. Naples still with no shots on target today, but this second half has been a marked improvement from the first half for the Florida side.
Just seem a lot more comfortable playing.
Cisneros delivers, looking for Backstein, who this time got a touch to it, but couldn't redirect it towards goal.
Playing a little bit more expansive. You have the wingers getting tucked in, so the outside backs really high and wide.
Macias floats it up. Hunter Morse bobbles, but commands his area well. And now we'll look to spring Portland into the attack. Long down the wing for Titus Washington, who's onto it. Washington! Onto the roof of the net. And you listen to your advice. He went first time and nearly proved fruitful.
Again, Hunter Moore's doing a good job at recognizing the advantage for Titus Washington. A lot quicker than Mastrantonio. And as this ball comes in, notice Mastrantonio, a little peek over his right shoulder. He thinks Lalo Delgado is stepping off of his line. And as a goalkeeper, this is the worst situation that you can be in. Are you gonna step? Are you gonna drop? If that is hit a little bit lighter, that is a phenomenal goal for Titus Washington. Good action.
For number 99, Joshua Brown.
Substitution here. It is the end of the day for Josh Drack to Springer's Jewelers substitution. It is Serena and Baki Faye who comes into this game. Drack just went down with potential head injury. Hope it's not that, although this is his first game of the season, so maybe not 90 minutes fit yet. Here's JT Kamara. Kamara still taking out the ball by Farin. Barbosa turns it into the box. Washington battling still. Washington and deflected out of play.
Need a sub? Make it a smart one. Get non-alc beer is bold, full flavored.
Washington has been lurking for much of this game. Portland has been a struggle to score goals. They scored 3 goals in their opener against the Cosmos, but then no goals in their last 4. They had only conceded 2, though, during that span. Been able to rely on that defense to at least get a few results. Now Naples trying to get going as we pass the hour mark. Andres Farin. Farin looks for Backstein. It was just behind him. And Portland able to clear this away, doing much more defensive work in the second half than they were required to do in the first. Kamara slides it through, and it's Ollie Wright. Wright comes forward for Portland. Ollie Wright didn't get enough power on it to beat Lalo Delgado.
Just a wrong decision here from Molly Wright. If you can overlook the run from Kamara, you have a 3v1 towards this far post.
Playing behind again. Hunter Morse measures it well. Had to be careful not to slide right out of the box.
Hunter Morse has been good. Commanding his 6-yard box distribution. This time reading the play.
More substitutions. This time it'll be for FC Naples. Kevin O'Connor coming into this game. Gio Miglietti will be replaced.
Substitution for Naples in the 63rd minute.
Miglietti struggled to find the game. Number 9. Vaccine and him never really found that connection. Playing off one another, O'Connor will be a little bit deeper on the ball right now.
Springer's Jewelers substitution. A yellow card coming out here. Second yellow card given to a Portland player, and Titus Washington will have his name taken.
Just talk about the work rate. That is your striker outrunning both the two midfielders. Yes, it's a foul denied, transitional moment. Titus Washington is the second player in the book for Portland.
Robbie Murphy, those might be, though, decisions that you can deal with. He's tracking back. He saw Ollie Wright do it earlier. He said, all right, I'll hop in here as well. Free kick. O'Connor puts it into the top of the area and quickly cleared. Nodded out wide and out of play. Taking their time to put this back into play as Mo Mohammed, right back, coming over to throw this back in. Last game of the weekend in USL League One. As Washington tries to play this forward, to run all the way through for Lalo Delgado. Chance for Naples with a win, a hop over one Knox today. Otherwise, they will be in the second spot. Portland Hearts of Pine, they can jump all the way up to 6th spot today. Level on 8 points with Boise. They can hold on for their 3 points. Getting into the playoffs last year in year number 1, along with Naples. Both teams getting a good taste of what it's like to both get in and also win. Naples getting by in a penalty kick shootout against Omaha. Portland Hearts of Pine beating Chattanooga and then losing in heartbreaking fashion to Spokane in a penalty shootout as well. Naples had to go on the road to Knoxville last year. Felt like it was a non-negotiable that Knoxville was going to get the job done at home. Cisneros all the way to the end line. Cisneros eventually goes to ground. And this one out of play.
A little bit of afters there from Mohammed, just standing over Cisneros.
Not quite an Allen Iverson step over, but they had a little something to say.
Two players just battling it out here. Just stands. And the look down too.
I think he knew what he was doing. Picked up in the middle by Barbosa. Here's Breck Evans. He's going to have a hit. Breck Evans well out of play. You know, he'd like nothing more than to score against his former club.
Eyes got real big here, Breck Evans. First touch out of his body, no pressure on the ball. Why not just try to produce something spectacular to beat? Hello, Delgado.
Mangeron blocked by Macias. Another deflection out of play. One back, Titus Washington trying to slip in Ollie Wright, who pulls it back. Wright continues on, still Ollie Wright. Just holding on to the ball at that point. Now Backstein lifting it over the top for Gray. O'Connor. Ferdine delivers out wide. Glasser looking in fields. He's on his weaker left foot, couldn't lift it high enough. Macias. Gray on the turn. Turned right into two green shirts. Now Farine. Farine searching. He'll go end line. Farine tries to square it. Mohammed. And out of play.
And another little bit of jawing here from Mohammed. Back to back, really well done in terms of his 1v1 defending. A little bit of a stare down as well.
Mohammed, a second-year player with Portland Hearts of Pine from Portland, Oregon. He's both Portland's covered. Another Seattle U product as well is Titus Washington. It's an in-swinger here from Torres going back post. It's too tall, and this eventually cleared away. Long over the top. Nodded down, Farine. Gray. O'Connor now trying to move this around the corner. Mohammed will not be able to see this out of play. O'Connor got a touch to it. Gray in the middle. Look at that sliding challenge. Poon Angeron may have saved a goal. And again with the clearance. It is so well done by Michel Poon Angeron.
First, give credit to O'Connor to keep this thing alive. You bring in two Portland players as this ball comes in. Phenomenal recognition from Poon Angeron. Needs to get that 100% right. Like you said, Josh, could have very easily been the equalizer.
Gray. Trying to deliver this out wide. It's behind Farine and out of play as we have 20 minutes to go. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and League One. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Foul, Washington and Torres getting tangled up. Loaded forward again. Washington is deflected. Kamara. JT Kamara trying to get end line and ran out of real estate. Rolls it over the end line. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Naples trying to mount a comeback this afternoon in Portland, Maine. Portland getting on the board in the first half. 36th minute from Ollie Wright. Great first touch by JT Kamara, and now looks to deliver. Clearance away, Rose that time, out of play. A yellow card is going to be given to JT Kamara. Bit of frustration there. He wanted to have Mo Mohammed come over and take the throw in as the fullback, but there's been enough time wasting from Portland that JT Kamara is into the book.
Now you see the frustration on his face that he does receive the booking. Actually, with not trying to waste time, it appears. Not in the eyes of Gerald Flores and the referees.
There will be subs for Portland. The first one will be Abubakar Kamara coming off the field. Be Mateo Kidd to come on for Kamara as the first change, a Springer's Jewelers substitution. JT Kamara will also be exiting. Konstantinos Georgialidis coming into the game.
Substitutions in the 74th minute for Hearts of Pine.
Here's Mohammed.
Coming on number 8, number 98, Mateo Kidd.
Mateo Kidd coming into this game. Played for Bobby Murphy during Bobby Murphy's time at St. Louis City 2. So some familiarity there for Kidd, who is St. Louis kid, grew up there. Here he is trying to get on the ball and center this pass. It's cleared away. Titus Washington. Now he's letting it rip.
Mateo Kidd's going to give you work rate, the ability to make those runs out of the number 10 position, but very technically gifted. Georgialidis will give you the ability to go 1v1 in the wide parts of the field when he does get to that final third. Can provide real quality service as well. So two attacking-minded subs here for Bobby Murphy, thinking there is a goal to be had for Portland.
15 minutes to go. Naples still searching for a response in this second half. Still don't have a shot recorded, but it just still feels like the opportunities have been there for Naples. It's been that final touch towards goal that has been lacking. Substitution for Naples. We'll see Taylor Gray come out. William Arevalo will come into this game. Arevalo, first-year player with Naples. Colombian, played in Portugal and Italy after starting his career in Colombia. Failed clearance by Rose. Might turn into an opportunity for Portland. Washington going to turn towards the corner. He was ripped down. It's a free kick and a yellow card coming. It's Tristan Rose into the book.
Titus Washington has worked extremely hard through the 77 minutes here. Hunt down every hopeful ball, staying as high as he possibly can to occupy Master Antonio and Rose. He's a player that's continuing to grow and get better and better underneath Bobby Murphy. Phenomenal effort shown to give Rose a yellow.
A yellow card presented by the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Set piece opportunity. Standing over it is Georgilides. Georgilides delivers. Too tall for everyone. It'll scamper all the way to the far side. And out for a Naples throw-in. To go long over the top, a direct ball from FC Naples. They win the second ball. Glasser, Backstein tried to let it run infield. Torres cleans it up in the middle. Moved out wide for Farin and cleared away.
You also see a little bit of a change of positionings for FC Naples. We've talked about the 4-2-3-1, Torres Messias sitting deeper, so that gives them a little bit more security, denying transitional moments, which also allows Cisneros and Glasser to stay higher. How many times have we seen Torres specifically get on the ball, just pop this ball into Cisneros? So there is a little bit more flexibility, rotations for Matt Poland, just with that change in that central location.
More command of this game for Naples in the second half, and yet still being out-touched in the opposition box 20-5. This is well done by Farin. Farin coming forward and looking for the switch of play. Glasser's come into the attack. The cross sent in. Bicycle kick attempt by Farin. Back to Glasser, and Naples will stay in the attack. Torres delivers back out wide. Naples looking forward again. Going to play to the end line. This will run to the end line and stay in play. Green forced to touch this away. Clearance long upfield. Titus Washington. Thought he was pulled down that time by Luca Mastrantonio, but no call. Rain continuing to fall here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Kickoff was delayed about 40 minutes. Once we got underway, Portland, they were ready to go right from the opening whistle. Really strong first half. Naples has gotten a bit more control of the game in the second half, and yet Portland still out in front for now. Coming into the attack again, it's cut back. Options there, and it was right in between the two options. Backstein and Arevalo had the chances.
Good ball in from Glasser. A little peek over his shoulder. Understanding the back line for Portland is retreating, so the cutback is on. Just a little bit of miscommunication between Arevalo and Backstein. That is a really well-placed pass from Glasser.
You're always a fan of that cutback ball.
Most effective pass in that final third, Josh.
Long throw. Breck Evans up for it, trickling towards the end line. It'll be another throw. Cisneros will use that long throw to his advantage again. Long throw again, Ollie Wright to clear. Naples trying to pin Portland in. Torreas, Mateo Kidd steps in. Another Naples sub is preparing. Be the last sub of the game for Matt Poland. Lofted forward, headed away by Breck Evans. Second ball picked up by Glasser. Finds O'Connor, and now the oncoming Torreas sends this well out of play. It's hard enough, and then it's a wet surface, a wet ball. Degree of difficulty shoots way up.
Off the half volley as well. Probably not the right decision there from Torreas. But yet, if you pull it off.
As Hudson Gay coming into this game, Aiden Macias will exit, the final sub of this game. Gay, a Fort Myers, Florida native, earned a full contract after starting on a 25-day contract earlier this season. His first year with FC Naples. Matt Poland just looking for a spark in these final 7 or so minutes.
That's going to bring in Farine next to Torreas. Gay will play on the left-hand side. He's going to give you verticality and directness, ability to really test Portland's back line for the remainder of this game. Good ball.
On the turn, Kidd. Just holding play up, trying to play it in behind for Wright. Farine cleans it up for Naples. FC Naples coming into the attack. The whistle will come here, and a yellow card for Mateo Kidd.
Now it's all about balance for Portland, understanding that yes, you want to get that second goal and put this game out of reach, but in doing so, you cannot leave yourself exposed and vulnerable going back the other way. The left arm for Mateo Kidd knows exactly what he's doing and goes into the book.
Another handball, and this is against Mateo Kidd. I don't think that's enough for another yellow card, but has to be careful here in these final 5+.
Good decision from O'Connor here, not going quick, allowing the big boys to get forward and put this ball into a dangerous area here within his service.
O'Connor delivers. Top of the area. Torreas taking it on the volley again. This time a little bit closer, but still wide.
This one you can't question the decision for Torreas, as it does pop out, falls kindly to him. But again, it's a really difficult technique because you have to let the ball drop below your knee. But you also understand there is traffic oncoming, so he jumps a little bit, balances off, hits it, and goes wide.
Put in back post, crashing in! There's the equalizer! Max Glasser delivers for Naples. All square laid on in Portland.
Top right of your screen, notice the two players for FC Naples, Arevalo and Farine comes in. Farine makes this run, and what that does, that brings in Breck Evans. And as Breck Evans gets caught far too narrow, that allows Glasser that back post, and it is a quality finish. He does not need to generate power. Momentum will underneath this ball, simply redirect it and pass it towards that far post. Well-composed strike from the outside back. 1-1 in the 88th.
Glasser with his first professional goal, his 4th season in the pros, 2 years with Monterey Bay, and now his 2nd season with Naples. What a moment for Glasser, and that is a very, very nice goal to score your first pro goal. Comes at a crucial time for Naples. They were pushing forward, putting pressure on. Finally pays off. Now Portland trying to find something late on at home. Mohamed goes over, free kick coming. Set piece opportunity. Konstantinos Georgilidis. Georgilidis delivers, putting right into a good area. It's saved by Lalo Delgado. It could be a game-saving stop there. Georgilidis continues on into the corner, blocked out of play, goal kick. Lalo Delgado coming up in a big way for Naples.
Great ball. Just asking someone to run onto it. Faye Washington, that's Breck Evans, gets clean contact. That is a phenomenal save from Lalo Delgado to stay big, reactionary, the big bear claw to push it wide and deny Portland what could have been the game winner in the 89th minute. And you just see the passion shown from the captain of FC Naples.
Delgado spent the last 4 years in USL League One. 28-year-old from Oxnard, California. Long way from home, getting it done in a big way for FC Naples. Portland look to come forward again. Georgilidis. Second ball picked up, Barbosa. Options out wide, it comes through for Ollie Wright. Wright puts it towards goal, it's wide. Wright trying to find another go-ahead goal and inches away.
Right body shape from Ollie Wright, just trying to bend it towards that far post and use a player in front of Delgado just to shield him. Hits it well, unable to get the right texture to have it come in and sneak into that far post.
The fourth official has indicated 3 minutes.
3 minutes of stoppage time presented by Springer's Jewelers. Portland will get a throw. Now more urgency from the home side. Naples has not won a game in the previous 3 matches in this series. They still could very much find a goal late on, but right now, Portland trying to come forward again. Mateo Kidd deflects back into the middle. Barbosa had to be careful. Wright goes to ground. Trying to dig it out. Barbosa does. Barbosa's brought down. Free kick coming for Portland Hearts of Pine. Played quickly, Wright down the line. Wright gets it back. Punanjaran.
Good ball.
Playing it into the box, right at the top of the area, Mateo Kidd. Barbosa. And finally, Farine able to get this away. If Naples can get onto this, they'll have numbers. Here comes FC Naples trying to win this one late. And it was closed down well by Mo Mohammed. A frantic finish in Portland. Ollie Wright. Knotted down. O'Connor in the middle. O'Connor fouled.
What an impact O'Connor has had on this game. Service on the equalizer. Security in that central location. A player that wants to get on the ball, that wants to connect passes. Really well done in terms of the timing for Matt Pullen to bring him onto the field.
Delgado will send this long. Is there one more chance in this game for either side? Throw-in coming for Portland. 30 seconds left to the minimum of 3. Gay brings it down. Hudson Gay trying to progress forward. Mo Mohammed will see this one out of play. Naples might get the last chance to steal one here in Portland. Cisneros will come over for the long throw. Can't be much time left here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Cisneros gets it back. Cisneros lays it off. Torres with everybody forward. It's lofted up. Nodded towards goal. There was some contact in the area. There is no whistle. And now it's the full-time whistle. The points are shared today in Portland. A 1-1 draw between Portland Hearts of Pine and FC Naples.
There was a little bit of contact to end this game. Notice Faye, 44, left side of your screen. Actually steps on Baxine and brings him down, but I'll tell you what, would have been really harsh for Jared Flores to point the 12 yards out. Baxine's already going down, but this result is going to sting for Portland Hearts of Pine, specifically in that first half where they're far in the better side, unable to capitalize and get that secondary goal. But give credit to Matt Pullen and company. Fought, and in the end, leave with the point.
Man of the match is presented by LL Bean. It is Ollie Wright. He scored the goal that earned Portland the point today.
Yeah, took his goal extremely well, Ollie Wright. A little bit of class, his work great on and off the ball. Something Bobby Murphy needs to be extremely proud of, deservingly of the man of the match.
You could see the quality from Naples and what they brought off the bench. A rotated side to start, but in the end, Max Glasser, his first professional goal, earns Naples a point. We'll come back and wrap things up from Portland. Hearts of Pine 1, FC Naples 1.
Watches have always held a special place in the way we mark accomplishment. Even long before wristwatches existed, pocket watches were treasured belongings, passed down from one family member to the next. If you're celebrating a milestone or creating one, we'd love to help you find the timepiece that marks it. Visit us in-store, try on your favorites, and let's find that timepiece that will tell your story for years to come.
This is you. When you sign up for Trellis Health, this is your team. Seriously, these people. At Trellis, your primary care provider, physical therapist, pharmacist, health coach, and behavioral health clinician work together for better results. With same-day visits and 24/7, 365 telehealth, your care is primary with us. Become a member today.
Welcome to Trellis Health.
Visit trellishealth.org.
At PAPE, we've dedicated over 50 years to making sure you do better. That means better prices you can always count on. It means you'll find extensive inventory. It means you can expect top-notch service. And most of all, it means you'll work with a team that listens to what you need and makes it a priority. So why are we so driven to make sure you do better? Because at PAPE, the only thing we love more than cars is people.
Full time from Fitzpatrick Stadium in Portland, Maine. A tough one to take for Portland Hearts of Pine as they do earn a point, but they felt like it maybe could have been more today. Naples steal it late on with the late goal. Our full-time highlights are presented by High Roller Lobster Company. Very good, might I add. Highlights today. Portland in the first half thought they had an early goal from Josh Drack. This one, though, would be wiped away.
Yeah, really good call from Jared Flores and his refereeing crew. Look at Lalo Delgado, the goalkeeper. Kamar's right in front of him, about half a yard deeper than every single FC Naples defender. It's a right call. He's offside. He impacts the vision of the goalkeeper, so that is why it gets called back. No goal disallowed.
Play of the match is presented by Visit Maine. Direct right through the middle for Ollie Wright.
The decision to hit this first time from Josh Drack is phenomenal because it takes every single player out of the game for FC Naples, and this is what Ollie Wright does. When he gets to the final third, he expresses himself and he brings everyone at Fitzpatrick up to the edge of their seat.
Save of the match is presented by Kennebec Savings Bank. How about Ollie Wright again?
Yeah, as this ball comes in, really good recovery for Portland Hearts of Pine and denies what could have been at the time the equalizer for FC Naples. Punandron, phenomenal work rate.
Late on, 87th minute. It was the subs that made an impact, but it was the starter at right back, Max Glasser's first pro goal.
Great ball in from O'Connor. You create an overload, you bring in Brett Evans. That allows Glasser towards that far post, and it's a really well-taken strike for the right back. And was there one more opportunity for Portland? Yes, there was. It falls to the center back. Brett Evans does a good job trying to come back across his body. Lalo Delgado says, no, sir. We're splitting the points here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. And just look at the athletic ability and the reaction from the big goalkeeper.
The full-time stats are presented by Maine Health. 1 shot on target, 1 goal for Naples.
Efficiency. But if you are Matt Pullen, the second half was a lot better than what we saw in that first 45 minutes. You shifted into a 4-2-3-1. It gave you a little bit more stability. It gave you a little bit more of an identity going forward. And for Bobby Murphy, another opportunity that when you do perform at a really high level, you need to capitalize on your opportunities. You need to be a little bit more ruthless in that final third. Titus Washington took a little bit too long numerous of times. The game could have been different if he was clinical.
Always a good atmosphere at Fitzpatrick Stadium. These fans, they stuck it out through a 40-minute rain delay, and they get to see Portland score a goal and earn a point today at home against FC Naples. That'll do it for our coverage today from Portland. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long. Full-time score, Portland 1, Naples 1. Good night from Portland, Maine.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.